I've got a really informative video that talks about some tips and tricks that you might not know about your Ford vehicle. So if you're interested, stay tuned, don't go. Thank you so much for checking this video out. If you like it, please give us a like, subscribe so that you don't miss any upcoming video. And if you happen to come into Tomball Ford or make a phone call regarding a purchase, please ask for me, as it would be my pleasure to help you out. Now, on to the content of this video. So sorry to interrupt this video, but as I was editing this tips and tricks expedition video, I noticed that it was pretty detailed. So I decided to make two parts for this. You are watching part one. Part two's link is in the description, in the comment, and also at the end in a card. So make sure you watch part two of this video. What is going on, social media family? My name is Jorge Lopez, and I am your sales consultant here at Tomball Ford in Tomball, Texas. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. In this video, we are going to be chatting about a few tips and tricks that you might not know about your Ford Expedition. But stay tuned, because a lot of these tips and tricks, you can actually apply it to a lot of the Ford products. So in this case, I'm gonna be stepping inside one of these Expeditions and then just talking about some really cool things that a lot of these sales consultants, when you're shopping for an Expedition, they might not share with you. Okay, so tip number one is called global windows, and it basically helps air out your vehicle on a very hot climate condition. So we in Texas, I mean, it gets pretty hot over here, and we use this feature a lot. I use it a lot. And what happens is you use your remote control to go ahead and lower your windows down like you see there, so that you can air out the vehicle and get all of the hot air out of it, so that when you come in, you got your remote start, or you start your vehicle up, and bam, it is a nice and easy way to cool off your vehicle faster. And if you change your mind, you can actually also raise your windows back up with the remote control. So it's a pretty neat feature. Let me show you how it works. So basically, you use your remote control, and to lower your windows, it's as simple as hitting the lock button, releasing, and then hitting it again. But this time you are holding it down. That will go ahead and lower your windows. To raise them back up, you lock it, and then you press and hold the lock button again. Very cool feature. So number two involves your power running boards. If you don't have a power running board, then this feature does not apply to you. But let's say that you want to wash these running boards, right? So it's a simple thing. When you open your doors, they withdraw. When you close your doors, they tuck themselves back in, right? So what you do is you open it, close it back up, but in this case, you apply some pressure to the running board, like you see there, and voila. The running boards stay open so that you can clean it. But if you are going through a car wash, let me show you real quick here on the dash. So settings, advanced settings, vehicle, power running boards, and you would want them out. That way, when you're going through the car wash, your running boards will be cleaned. So that's tip number two. Tip number three involves your remote control. So Fords have a system where when you hit the unlock button, all of the doors could open, or just your driver's side door. I've always told my clients, hey, I think it's safer if you have it set up where when you unlock your door with the fob, only the driver's side unlocks, and you hit the unlock button a second time and the other doors unlock for you. That's just a safety feature in case there's somebody approaching you. You do not want to hit the unlock button and unlock the door for that person on the other side. So it is a simple setup, and again, we just have a seat here on the driver's side. Let's start this vehicle up, and let me show you how easy it is to set that up. So you go to settings, you go to advanced settings, you go to vehicle, you go to locks, you go to remote unlock, and then this is where I would recommend selecting the drivers only, so that again, when you hit the remote control unlock button, it will only unlock the driver's side door. But if you hit the unlock button a second time, then the other doors unlock for you. So number 4 involves the door keypad, that by the way is a patented feature by Ford, and nobody else can have this numeric keypad. Let me just camera around, tell you what I'm talking about. And this is the keypad. I don't know if you can see that, but there's some numbers there. Now, let's say that you bought your vehicle used, or you bought it brand new and your code was not given to you. And by the way, I'll link a video that I did exclusively on retrieving the code on the cards up top, but I'll take this moment to share with you what you need to do. You do need to have 2 keys, right? 2 original factory keys. Now, you need to find a special spot that Ford created for multiple reasons. This spot, in this case, will help you retrieve your factory door code. And again, you do need 2 original keys, and the spot, in this case, it is right below the rubber tray for the cup holder. On some other vehicles, it could be on the media bin. On some other vehicles, like smaller SUVs, Explorers, it could be on the inside of the center console. There's a little slot on there. So just find that spot, and this is what you need to do. So you put one of the keys in there, you press the accessory button, do not press the brake, okay? Press that button, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, hit the button again, remove that first key, insert the second key in there, and then hit the button again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the code will appear right there for this expedition. So this is a simple way that you can retrieve your door code without having to pay anybody in service a $150 fee to plug in the computer to retrieve the code that way. Okay, continuing with the tips and tricks, this is number 5. This has to do with your numeric keypad one more time. I already showed you how to retrieve the original factory code, but now let's say that you want to change that number to something that is more, something that's easier for you to remember. So it's really simple. I'm gonna show you 2 ways that you can change the code. For the ones that do not have the lighted numeric keypad, so you'll have the physical buttons, and then I'll show you also on the screen how to do it. So basically, you type in your original number, okay, that Ford gave you, or that you retrieved from the factory or from the system. You press the 1-2 button up top one time, and then you type in your 5 new numbers. And then to conclude it and to program it, you press the 1-2 button again. So that will go ahead and allow you to change the numeric code physically using the numeric keypad, but I'll show you as well how to change it using the system so that you can have your own custom code. Okay, to change the factory code using the system here, first of all, you need to go to settings. Once in settings, you're gonna find vehicle, which in this case, it's right here. Once you're in the vehicle settings, you're gonna find door keypad code, which is that right there. Then it's gonna ask you to create or delete a personal code. You must first enter the factory code, which should have been given by your dealership, or again, if you follow the previous step, you can retrieve that code. So you start typing it in, hit enter. Then it's gonna ask you if you would like to add, erase, or cancel this. In this case, I want you guys to add. Once you add, you type in whatever 5 numbers you want to, then confirm it a second time, type in that same 5 number, and then you've already changed your factory code to a personal code. So change it, use it. I love this feature. Number 6, we've got something that I don't think a lot of people know what they're for. And I am slowly panning my camera and trying to zoom in right there. So not a lot of people know what these are. On some other trucks and SUVs, we might have 4 of these. Some people think they're speakers. Some people think these are lights, but that is not correct. Those are actually motion sensors. Yep, those right there are motion sensors. And these motion sensors basically detect any type of movement when you exit the vehicle, lock your doors, and if it does detect movement inside of the cabin, then it starts to honk the horn. So it's a really cool thing if you have your vehicle broken into, or if you leave your windows down and somebody tries to basically just climb in or get in and it starts honking. So let me see if I can trigger the system so that I can show you. So hang tight, let me set up. So it really just takes literally a couple of seconds for this system to activate. So I'm gonna pretend to crawl in or give it some movement in here. The alarm has been triggered. And no, I did not press the lock button here. Well, hey guys, I hope that you enjoyed a few of the tips and tricks that Ford Expedition offers. And again, a lot of these little features you can actually use in a lot of the Ford products. So I will link on the top of the screen a playlist of some other tips and tricks that I've done a video on some other Fords. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe. And remember, I am your sales consultant here at Tomball Ford in Tomball, Texas. And if you are ever in a need for a Ford vehicle, look me up. It would be my pleasure to help you out. Thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed day.